So some nice fellas had suggested that I use stain to prime old dry wood, right? Now, oh shoot. Okay, trying to get this so you can see the wood here. I guess the lighting is absolutely terrible for what I'm trying to do. But, I mean, you can see that it's sitting on top there. But what I'm trying to get is just how much this bottom dry edge, it really just continues to just soak it up. It's like a freaking sponge, soaking up that. There we go, that's a better angle. But it's not even making it to the bottom. You know, it just literally just soaks it up like well, there's my first drip yet. It literally just soaks it up like a sponge. It's pretty impressive. So, got all this stain, and you can see these areas where it just continues to just soak it up. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of this. I've got probably like 30 or 40 cans of stain I'll surely never use. So this is an attic window, and this is the inside side of it. And there was some coating up here, but you can kind of see the edge right there where there's none. I don't think that's ever going to fill in those real dry cracks. Now, this house was from, I think it's built in 1910, so I'm guessing that this attic window would be the original one. And there's been no finish here on the sides, but you can see just how much this old dry wood is just soaking it up. It's actually making it to the bottom there, but it's pretty impressive. And I guess because stain is thin, it's probably a lot better than just an oil-based primer that would be less likely to get soaked into the wood and more likely just sit on top of it. So I'm thinking that this is probably really smart to do. So I really appreciate the suggestion. And I can see it's time consuming though, because you see it soaks it up and then dries, soaks it up, dries, soaks it up, dries. It's just, it goes on and on. So, I guess wood that's this old can really soak up the this was a spot where the wood had really fallen all apart. Now it's interesting, this is the inside of the window. I wonder if it's possible they flipped the window around and that this once upon a time was the outside. I don't know. The glazing is on the other side though, and I guess I don't know. I guess most windows the glazing is on the outside, but it just really soaks it right up. And I don't know what type of coating was on this window on the inside, but it didn't seem like it was thick paint. And when the house was painted, they didn't get it to the inside of the attic window. They just paint the outside of it and call it done. The reason I'm doing this is because I guess it dried out so much, and I replaced the air conditioner in this rental property. I had some guys and I said, let me open up this window for you in the middle of the summer here so you're not dying of heat. And I guess it didn't close, or it didn't fully latch. I don't know if I had a nail in front of it or whatever, but in any case it came free, and I think it was blowing in the wind, and I guess enough times with the old glazing it just finally broke the bottom half of one of the panes of glass. And right now I've got a sheet of plywood in there. I figured let me restore this window right instead of just quickly slapping some glass in there or whatever it may be. I'll apologize here for the poor quality video. I'm trying to hold the camera and brush and watch what I'm doing at the same time, but it's just really pretty wild how it soaks it right up. And I guess once I've got enough on here, I'm just going to let it sit, and then I'd probably even be able to come back and do another coat and get some flexibility into this wood again. Ideally is what we're after, because this old brittle wood just dry rots, and then it just snaps the first sign of flex. I mean, I guess it's just like seasoned wood, or sticks in your yard. If they're green, you can bend them like crazy, and then but if they're old and dry or ready to burn, then they'll just snap when you bend them. And I guess that's what I'm after here, is trying to get some flexibility back into this wood so that it doesn't fall apart like that is over there. Just broken little chips in there. And then I think maybe I'll try to find a lighter color stain for the outside, because it's a light color that I'm painting the exterior, and dark stain might be harder to cover than a light stain would be. So I wonder if there's, I've got some preconditioner, but I don't know if that's what I'm after. And maybe the preconditioner would be a good thing to use. And I guess whatever it is, as long as it's oil based, it's probably a good thing. So maybe if I post this on YouTube, then I'll get some feedback as to whether what it would be a better thing to use than this dark stain that I just found in my basement. I figure the glass should be pretty easy to clean up. Shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Just get it everywhere. Soak it up. This bottom edge of the window is clearly the worst, because it's probably where it got the most water infiltration. And I guess over the last, I'm going to guess it's almost 115 years now. It's 2024 now, and the house was built in 1910. The house is actually, it's a twin, and it's currently occupied by the great-granddaughter of the person who built both the houses. The area was, populated really close to the DuPont mills in the early 1900s. And where I am right now is a neighborhood that DuPont built in 1920, because that area close to the mills was fully, basically developed at that time. And the area I am was a park where they would trade cattle, and had the Delaware State Fair here, and it was close to the train tracks, and I guess it was kind of industrial. It was kind of like a farm area. They'd race cars and horses and things like that here, but DuPont bought the area and made a development with some renowned architects, Palmer Lambden. So can't remember the Palmer's first name, but anyway, I'm getting off track. But the point is that it's neat that this house is still occupied by the family of the builder. and you know they sold off half of the house, and you know so I now own it, and trying to take care of it, and I figured it's a good opportunity to do something relaxing and restore this window properly. Now, it's a good learning lesson for me because I've got some arched windows in the property where I am here, which will be hard to replace, and I'm guessing that anything I replace it with is gonna not be able to open. So I want to learn how to replace or basically salvage these old wood windows, and I'm guessing that I'm going to repeat this same process on some far more precious windows than this one, which was not even on my list and only really became on my project list when the piece of glass broke. I got a couple of drips there that I gotta clean up, but it's a lot longer than pretty much any video that I ever make. But I guess I had something to talk about while doing it, and let's see what happens if it actually uploads to YouTube. I typically am not able to upload anything very easily if it's longer than about 3 minutes, so this is going to be an interesting one, and it might never make it to my YouTube channel. It has, I don't know, approximately 300 followers who, I don't know why they follow me, because my videos kind of suck, right? You know, give me the thumbs down and don't subscribe, because not a whole lot of value I'm providing here, but that's fun. I am really making a dent in this stain though, so that's a win.